Starting off with a live look over downtown Sacramento right now. It is still warm out there, but much cooler than the record peak of 116 degrees today in Sacramento.
Yeah, we're in the 7th straight day now of record-breaking extreme heat in California, with fears of power outages realized for thousands of people during the peak heat of the day today, with power outages in West Sacramento and Davis. And now the worst of it seems to be over, with Cal OES saying that they were able to avoid ordering rolling outages.
KCRA 3 has team coverage for you tonight. We have Melanie Wingo right now in Davis with the latest power outage there, and Orko Mena in Sacramento taking a look at the strain on air conditioning units. But first, we want to send it over to meteorologist Heather Waldman with more on the heat itself. Hey, Heather.
Yeah, hey there. Today was the day we were focused on for the all-time record high potential, and we did get there in downtown Sacramento. 116 was the temperature this afternoon. The old record was 114. And again, that's the all-time record for any point in the year. July, typically the hottest time of the year, but we did it in September. Stockton, 115. That ties their all-time record. Placerville today made it to 108. It was 111 in Auburn. And I do want to emphasize that, yeah, today was the peak of the heat, but the next few days, we'll still have temperatures in the valley around 110, which is still higher than our previous monthly record for September. So it's still quite hot. Temperatures right now, mid-80s in Sacramento, 92 in Yuba City, 93 in Auburn. Overnight low temperatures are also going to be close to daily record maximums. Most places tonight staying in the mid-70s. We'll talk more about the rest of the week in a bit.
All right, sounds good, Heather. And now, while Cal OES says there was not a need for rolling outages, it did say the power grid peak demand hit 52,060 megawatts, a new all-time record. There were still nearly 100,000 people statewide without power during some of the hottest temperatures of the day. Many of those outages described as heat-related, meaning the heat damaged or threatened equipment. Cal OES says when it sent out an emergency alert today, customers really stepped up and helped cut about 1,000 megawatts of demand during a really critical time.
The most challenging part of our day in terms of our energy load is when people get home, they crank on the AC, it's hot, and so that's when the demand's the highest. And so we tried to drop many tools, including this wireless alert, during that period of time to drop demand, keep the grid stable, and ultimately protect the most vulnerable among us, who are the ones who are most impacted if the power goes off.
A flex alert has been declared again for tomorrow between 4 and 9 p.m. Everyone is urged to reduce power during this time.
Now, one of the cities seeing a sizable power outage late this afternoon was Davis.
Tonight, the lights are slowly coming back on, and that's some good news. That's where KCRA 3's Melanie Wingo joins us live now. And Melanie, things starting to turn back on, at least for now.
Yes, all of the power has been restored in the city of Davis, and that is something that the city of Davis just tweeted out a short time ago. Well, there's really no good time for the power to go out, but especially for the students here on campus. It is finals week for the summer term students, and so they were dealing with a power outage, and that meant they couldn't do their Zoom classes, they couldn't do assignments online, they couldn't have office hours with their teachers. Those who were without electricity this afternoon, and that did cause a big problem for all of those students who had their power out. PG&E says that Davis experienced what was considered to be a large outage. The city of Davis and surrounding communities here in Yolo County were affected by this outage. An estimated 12,400 customers in all, according to PG&E. So what PG&E says is the heat posed a unique challenge to the state's energy grid, and these sustained high temperatures have the potential to damage electrical equipment, leading to local outages. In some instances, when there is the potential for equipment failure, when we do have these high heat events, they do a power shut off in those instances to protect things. So it really did end up affecting these students tonight. They sure did notice it.
I got a lot of messages today that people were telling me like, hey, I just got a power outage at my house, like, can I study over at your place? And I was like, wow, like, this is kind of insane, just like considering like it's finals week, it's really hot, like crazy heat wave, and my friends are just like getting power outages left and right.
All of a sudden I was doing my schoolwork, like preparing for finals, and it just completely shut off. And I went, and after like 15 minutes, I was fully like dripping sweat in my own house. And then I was worried about my dog. And so I texted my friends and I was like, who has power? Because I'm coming over. And so I finally found someone to let me in, and that was nice. But my temperature at my house was 94 degrees.
Yeah, so it was quite warm inside people's apartments, people's homes. And again, PG&E says that the equipment turn-off, the equipment failure, when that is imminent, they will proactively de-energize the lines. And this is information we got from PG&E, and that is what happened in this instance. So they wanted to be clear that this was not a rolling blackout ordered by Cal ISO here in Davis or in Yolo County. So that's not what this was. This was sort of one of those preemptive shutoffs to protect the equipment under the really intense heat that can sometimes cause equipment failure. So a busy night for the kids here who were studying for their finals in Davis, but luckily, again, the power is back on. Reporting live in Davis tonight, Melanie Wingo, KCRA 3 News.
Looks like most of them got through it okay. Melanie, thanks. Well, power is also back on now in West Sacramento tonight. 6,200 PG&E customers there were without electricity for some time around 5 o'clock this evening. PG&E says that this was heat related. You can see there the stop lights were out, forcing drivers to stay cautious going through intersections. And the empty businesses after owners decided to close early. They didn't know when the power was going to be back on. We spoke to the owner of one local restaurant nearby.
We just had a big delivery of groceries and distributors of the foods and cold storage and brand new restocking. It could be anywhere 4,000 to 6,000 possibly, and that's reset. And that would be just the timing's terrible.
Well, the power was restored within the next hour after this happened. PG&E says that, again, this was a heat-related outage, but this was not part of any rolling outage.
Terminal B at Sacramento International Airport was running on generators this evening. The airport tells us SMUD asked them to help conserve energy during the peak of the heat. No flights were impacted. And a look at Sacramento's executive airport. As hot as it was today, it was blistering on the pavement. You can see the heat shimmering off the runways and the tarmac.
Well, people definitely taking advantage of their air conditioning units in this intense heat wave, but there can be problems if they are overworked and they're not worked on correctly. KCRA 3's Orko Manna joining us live. He's up on our rooftop right now with a closer look at those issues and what can be done to lessen the load. Thankfully, we've got good AC here, Orko.
That's right, Galston. Well, when the temperatures get into the triple digits, it can really cause a strain on air conditioning units like here at the rooftop of the KCRA 3 building. But AC units at homes are also being overworked right now, and companies are seeing more calls for service. Between washing this air conditioning unit and doing internal diagnostics, maintenance is a must for homeowner Alex Ray.
It's pretty hot.
Amid the dangerous triple-digit heat across Northern California right now, Ray wants to make sure everything works correctly so his loved ones, including 4-month-old Tickle, stay protected.
But I have 2 daughters, have a wife, a mother-in-law, and a tropical bird in here, so it's extremely important to have a comfortable temperature in here.
Bonnie, plumbing, electrical, heating, and air coming at Ray's request, and it's definitely not the only house the company is visiting during this heat wave.
We've been very busy.
Service manager Luis Rivera telling me this stretch of scorching summer days can really take a toll on an AC unit.
These systems are designed for 95-degree weather, so when the temperature gets above 100 degrees, especially when you have multiple days, they definitely could work harder than what they should.
Technicians dusting condenser coils to improve airflow.
Getting these coils cleaned out is going to help the systems work a lot more efficiently.
That's crucial right now with California's power grid overwhelmed by the demand for electricity.
The AC is the biggest draw, on power supply.
SMUD sending these messages to customers asking them to conserve energy during peak hours. The goal to avoid rotating power outages.
SMUD has not conducted rotating outages in more than 20 years.
SMUD spokesperson Lindsay Van Lanningham telling me their last resort before any rolling blackouts is an air conditioning load management program.
Customers voluntarily allow us to cycle their air conditioning on and off to help reduce the load.
Whether it's rotating outages or AC abnormalities, Ray does not want the numbers on his thermostat to unexpectedly go up, so he's thinking of other options.
It makes me kind of want to get a generator because I understand these outages are here.
The body technicians we spoke to say that when the temperature gets up to 100 degrees or over on those days like we've seen all this week, you want to set your thermostat to around 78 or 80 degrees so your AC does not get overworked. Reporting live from our rooftop here in Sacramento, Orca Mann, KCRA 3 News.